92% of Iranians want the Islamic Republic to end. Let that sink in. 92%, that's not just discontent, that's revolution waiting to happen. And with Israel now striking deep inside Iran, the regime could collapse not in years, but within months. This is not just about Iran, it's about freedom versus tyranny, right? It's about whether one of the most repressive regimes in modern history can finally be brought down by its own people and by the consequences of its own aggression. So what would Iran and the entire Middle East look like if the Ayatollah's regime vanished tomorrow? Now here's the truth. The Islamic Republic of Iran is standing on a cliff between widespread public hatred, international strikes, and collapsing economy. This regime could fall within months. And honestly, it should. Let's rewind. Before 1979, Iran wasn't like this. Under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Iran was modern, educated, and thriving. Women walked freely, music, fashion, art, all flourished. Iran was secular, growing, and respected on a global stage. Then came the revolution. The mullahs took over. They promised justice, but gave repression, war, poverty, and fear. 45 years later, the dream of the Islamic Republic has become a national nightmare. You want evidence? Now start with the people. A major survey by the independent research group showed that 92% of Iranians opposed the Islamic Republic. That's not a fringe movement. That's practically the entire country, right? They've protested in the streets, risking torture and death. Women have burned their hijabs. Workers have gone on strike. Entire towns have chanted death to the dictator, and some paid ultimate price. Mahsa Amini, 22 years old, beaten to death by Iran's so-called morality police for not wearing her hijab properly. Right? Nika Sukarami, 16 years old, vanished after protesting, found dead with a fractured skull. Navid Afkari, a champion wrestler, executed after a forced confession under torture for simply protesting. Mohsen Shikari, the first protester, executed after the 2022 uprising, accused of waging war against God for blocking a road. Majid Reza Rahnavard, publicly hanged from a crane. His only crime, daring to say the regime should end. Shahid Younghobi, Mohammad Mehdi, Karami, and others, all killed by a regime terrified of its own people. These are not isolated incidents. These are systematic crimes, executions, torture, repression used to crush hope and instill fear. And now, with Israel launching direct attacks on Iranian military and nuclear targets, the regime is looking vulnerable. Their air defense failed, their infrastructure is exposed, their people are angry, the pressure is exploding from every direction. And this isn't just politics, this is a moral fight, right? A regime that murders women for showing their hair, that executes teenagers for protesting, that sends billions to proxy militias abroad while its own people go hungry, right? This is about basic human dignity, about whether 86 million people deserve to live in fear or live freely. Now, some people might say, but without Islamic Republic, there will be chaos. No, the chaos is now, right? The suffering is now. Under the Shah, Iran was stable and rising. Under a future democracy, it could be even stronger. And our excuse, the West wants regime change. No, Iranians want regime change. Right? The world is just finally starting to listen. The regime is running out of time. Right? The people hate them. The economy is collapsing. The supreme leader is nearly 90 years old. And now they're being bombed. This regime is like a dead tree standing, and the next strong wind could blow it down. And that wind could be blowing right now.